for it. Fuck this. We're live. People got to hear the bullshit that is going on right now.
I gotta talk real close. You know when you're like, you're at a party and you meet a random person, he walks up and stands right next to you.
No.
And you
Close talker.
The close talker. That's how I gotta be tonight, guys.
Dude,
Seinfeld
Adam's
episode's
fucking
great.
microphone's messed up. Joe's fucking mic stand's messed up. Bill can't hear us. We're all fucking melting over here for the last.
Should I just keep my hand like this? I'll just keep my hand like this.
Sure. What the hell?
I wish I could just keep it like this. There you go.
You guys are fucking with me, man.
I don't remember how this thing works. Yeah, Joe, that's nice.
That's not good.
I got this thing, but I haven't used it in like 5 years.
That's what I'm using. Oh my god, it's the same one.
Wait, can you tell me how to plug it in real quick?
Oh my god! What do you mean?
Well,
what do you mean? How do you plug it in?
Is there
You
like
put
a
the
power
mic in the
cable?
front and the fucking USB, whatever it's called, in the back.
Well, there's nothing lighting up. Nothing's
the hell?
lighting up, Joe.
What the hell?
Oh,
is going
it
on
works.
here?
Trust me, I thought so too. It works. It works.
What
Well,
the
it's not
fuck is
working.
going on?
Mine doesn't light up either. It's just like one orange one, but it works. It's like your computer can't I don't know. It just can't do everything. Maybe it's an Apple, but it still works, but it doesn't light up everything. So that's what I'm dealing with.
I don't even have the option for it.
Orange thing. But yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, what a shit show indeed.
This is a shit show.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I don't know.
Bill, can you hear us at all?
Are you frozen? He's frozen.
No, he's unfrozen.
Oh no, he's not.
Oh my gosh.
So go to
Joseph,
Roadcast,
what do you
you
mean
guys.
how you plug the thing in? There's 2 plugs.
Oh my god.
How bad is my audio?
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine. Just yeah, it's
Jack.
perfect, man. It sounds
Salute.
amazing.
Sounds amazing. So
Holy
amazing.
shit. That was the
I'm-
the craziest opening we've ever had. Oh shit.
So, what's going on, guys?
Oh man.
Where the
It's
fuck
just
have you
been
been?
kind of a crazy week, but nothing too bad. It wasn't too hot. We just had a lot of crap going on. A lot of big jobs to finish up and stuff. So but it ended right now. I I just had to call a facilities director and let him know he's got a package unit on the roof that it needs literally $24,000 worth of repairs. And I'm like, guys, you need to replace this unit. Like the problem is with these guys, the replacement is only like $5,000 more, but still sometimes they'll still go with the repair and it drives me nuts.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, come on. I told him too. I said the repair that I have to do, like all the parts that I have to change, I can't get them for 60 days. So there's a back order too on him. So I'm like, I can replace the unit next week if they want me to, but we'll see.
This is not working. Thank you, Hambone.
Oh
I
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Happy birthday, bud.
Do you guys keep track of how old you are? Or do you like add it up when it comes time to hit your birthday?
I remembered when I hit 40, like I still remember my age, from 40 to 41 now. But before that, I lost track of it. 40, I just was like a milestone or whatever. I was surprised I was still alive. So
yeah, I had to people were asking me my birthday. And I had to do math.
So I figured that out.
Yo, what are you doing?
Man. No,
Neil,
yeah.
You know who that is though, right? Good old
Who?
Canadian boy. He's like, that thumbnail looks like my buddy Gary.
Oh,
Good
let's
old
talk about the
Canadian.
thumbnail too. That thumbnail that Bill had this week was freaking epic, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I didn't even see it. I missed a lot.
Oh my god.
Dude, pull up the thumbnail, bro. It's freaking hilarious. He's got Chad Kroger on there.
That's
Who's Chad Kroger?
The
Oh
Nickelback guy.
my god, how dare you?
Isn't it?
What do you mean, how dare me? Joe, you think I've ever listened to Nickelback in my life?
Isn't it?
Well,
Nickelback that's
me
on there?
either, but still.
Am I right
That's
about that?
fucking
Is it-
bonkers.
Bill, is it Nickelback on the thumbnail?
Yeah.
You
that's
guys
what I
could just
thought.
hear what I could hear.
Yeah.
No, Bill, we're not telling you to put the intro. We're telling you.
I regret sending Bill a road.
Don't forget, I can still do this.
I regret it. Oh my gosh.
Gillis in the house.
Dog barking.
This is the biggest shit show ever.
Hey, Don.
Oh my god.
Sounds.
What the hell?
I have a haircut scheduled for Sunday, but it's kind of getting out of control right now, guys.
Just leave it.
Where have you been, Adam?
Yeah.
You've been like
I've been in Tennessee all week.
Yeah. You have like a natural mohawk, bro? Like
No,
your
I
hair
just made
parts
it.
ways right in the right spot. You have a natural mohawk.
I'm kind of balding. If you see
Yeah.
it, I gotta get roll game with minoxidil,
Oh, don't even try that.
right?
It's all waste.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff, dude. I can't stop. It just, although this is going back a little bit, but it just keeps coming
Which
back.
day? Neil says which day? I was in Tennessee all week, Monday through
Are you gonna say
Thursday
why?
morning. Why? We were building a couple mobile trainer units for NCI's summit.
Dude, what was the tiny house thing you sent us?
Tiny house.
Before, when you told us you were doing these trainers, someone sent us a picture of a tiny house or something like that.
Oh, I just saw that in Facebook Marketplace. It was like 30 grand.
You freaking posted that and then ghosted us. And we're like, is that what he's building? We didn't know. We had conversations about you all week.
Yeah, I know. It was, dude, I was busy. And I got to the point where it was like, at the end of the day, I just went to sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
When are you back?
I'm back,
Oh, okay. That's good.
but I'm leaving again on Monday
Damn.
Oh, shit. And how long are you going to be there for?
till Wednesday night.
Okay. All right.
What's up with you, Joe?
All right. Maybe I had something planned, you know? You never know.
What do you got planned?
You know, maybe to come see you.
Are you?
Maybe.
No, I doubt it.
No.
Okay.
Joe's been revealing.
miss you
more
next
and more
Friday.
about himself, guys.
Look at this. He listened to 30 shows in a row.
Oh, that's what we got. That's what we need.
We need
There
more of
you go.
you, Samuel.
Discovered your show about 2 weeks ago and listened to over 30 ones on a work trip this week. Finally catching a live one from good old Canada. That's
you're not
amazing.
sick of us yet,
These
dude?
guys won't even say the last part. Can you believe that? That's amazing. Canadians.
Thank
See?
you.
See how great
That's
Canadians are? Wow, what a shame.
So what's up with you though, Joe?
Not much. You know, I was going to take a little road trip this next weekend, or actually starting Wednesday. Starting Wednesday.
Oh, really? Joe's coming to town, baby.
Maybe. Yeah,
He's coming to see his brother.
There
I
we
was
go.
gonna come. I already did a little detours where you were, my brother. Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll never know if he comes near your house.
And I was gonna look up where this schmuck, I couldn't find it in the history. Lives when I passed the club. You
Don't
going
just
over
show up to my house, Joe. I have dogs.
You can't be like doing research on us.
I'm gonna
Joe.
take a selfie. If I don't catch you, then I take a selfie. I came. You're not around.
Yeah.
I was debating.
I was in Handbone's asking where I was at. I was in right by like 25 minutes from Pigeon Forge. Morristown.
He's there. He wants to see you,
Huh?
man. He's over there.
I was
Where
working
he's at.
nonstop. But you know what?
Did you get it all done? Did you get that trainer built?
Yeah, we did 2 of them.
Can you show any
Not a-
sneak peeks?
Not a
like
single
pictures or anything?
picture. Not a single.
I
note.
actually got 2.
Right.
Yeah, let me see if I could send it over so you can.
How's
pop it
my
up.
audio sound? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you fine. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I can. Now that I have unhooked everything from that awesome
Oh.
roadcaster.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing, Michael.
I don't
I'm gonna
understand
take it
why
off the
that was
screen
so
before he
difficult.
sees it.
It makes no sense. I figured out there's a secret button that I pushed that I was able to. Never mind.
Hey, Grapevine is here. What's up, Christopher? I'm assuming. Good to see you. What's up? Let's just over here because we have dead air here.
Wait, Joe doesn't like dead air.
Oh, nobody's saying that. He's trying to get these pictures, and it was just an awkward moment of silence there.
Ceilings, but head drop ceiling installed.
Life is awkward.
Office duct sweating profusely, located in unconditioned between two separate conditioned spaces. 12-foot ceilings, but had drop ceiling installed at 8-foot insulated with bat insulation. I'm kind of confused with how it's set up, but I think I get it.
Yeah. I think I get it too.
It's a 12-foot ceiling with an 8-foot drops, right? So it's a 4-foot unfinished above.
Yeah.
I want to know where the bats are at. Where's the bats?
I'm assuming that he just batted the on top of the drop ceiling.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Where else are you gonna put them? Yeah, right, Bill.
So the ductwork is outside the envelope, right? I mean, that seems pretty simple.
In an unconditioned space.
Boom. Boom. On with the next question. Get that shit off the screen.
So the ductwork's not insulated, I'm assuming.
That's where I'm leaning towards too. The ductwork is not insulated at all. Or if it was insulated, was it insulated good enough? Well enough? What do you want to call it?
Sweating like a fat girl at the county fair.
Ding.
Next question. Get that shit off the screen.
I don't have a picture of the front of this, but I'll show you guys. I'll show you the heat pump one. We did a Daikin fit. Ready? I'll show you the side and the back. Ready? Are you ready?
We're ready.
I've been ready since Tuesday.
Do it.
I'm assuming, Mike.
Saw that picture.
Good point.
Are we playing messenger roulette?
There's David Richardson right there. He's putting in one of these Daikin little thermostats. And there's the back side of it.
Okay,
turned out pretty well.
That's cool.
We made the plenum detachable with latches and stuff.
I see that. Yeah.
I thought those tiny houses you showed were like where this was going to be set up in.
That's what we were saying when he posted that in the chat. We were kind of talking about that. He posted a picture of the tiny house and then he stopped talking for a day or so. So we left our brains to wonder what he was doing.
I mean, like,
just being a random tiny house he sent us for no reason. See if you can find that tiny house. Go back there.
I mean, right there in that picture, aren't my first thought was recirculating issues or picking up condenser air somehow, throwing measurements off.
Oh yeah, I like how the thumbnail Joe's picture is sideways.
Yeah, he made the Canadian sideways.
I had to go back and find that.
That was amazing.
That thumbnail was awesome. That was Chad Kroger, right?
I'm assuming so.
Yeah. That's
I have no. That's the guy from Nickelback. I would never know.
Yeah.
I would never know.
Yeah.
Michael was saying if it's in between two conditioned spaces, seems like the units are controlling humidity. You know what's funny is I've seen that downtown a lot in older buildings. That's the thing. Like one unit upstairs is like one office with one unit, and then the downstairs is another unit, and then they drop the ceiling like this guy's saying, or have like no man's land in an old building, try to make it all nicey. But then, like you said, you got this old leaky building with ugly ass walls, just brick, not insulated at all as well, and then you got this ductwork in there. And you're just asking for hot air, humidity air, all in that space with cold duct. Obviously, you know what's going to happen. So that's what I'm picturing in my head.
That's what we were talking about. I thought you were going to be putting condenser outside and then whatever heat pump head or whatever you're going to put on the inside. That's what we thought was that.
No, I just thought that's a pretty cool look. At $34,000, it's like futuristic. You could probably
$34,000.
It's all glass. It's got a kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom.
Yeah, so does my house.
Hey, I'm thinking about like Corbett Lunsford, you know?
Go ahead and tell him what you told Corbett, Bill.
Oh, that tiny houses are stupid. Hey, Corbett, your tiny houses are stupid. Like, why would you want to live inside of a carry-on? Like,
carry-on.
It looks like a carry-on piece of luggage.
I have to say.
So where was that at? Was that at the place you were at, or
it was just like a freaking thing I saw on Facebook when I was there.
Oh,
he's scrolling Marketplace.
This is what happens when you just throw pictures in there with no context and you just let us wonder. What is this?
Yeah, I was totally confused with that. I didn't know what it was about too.
Yeah, you could just go next. Like call up the local post office and be like, hey, if I put a stamp on this, can you deliver this to the next place I got to go? And they'll just mail it. You just mail it. Fucking stuff it full of grocery bags so all your stuff don't fly around, and fucking mail it to the next location, dude.
JG Mechanical Services. Haven't visited the house yet. Customer had an attic spray foamed, and now it's hotter on the second floor than it previously was. Attic. Oh. We're on the rafters?
So
or like
before, I guess the heat was escaping through the attic, and now it's not.
I'll let yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
I'll let Adam answer that.
So what happened?
I don't know where he's insulated.
He just said he insulated the attic. They had the attic spray foamed.
Well, where spray foamed? On the rafters or like on top of the ceiling?
Yeah, what kind of spray foam and all that?
I'm gonna assume the whole attic. Well, let's assume he got the whole deck. The whole deck. Between the rafters, the whole deck is spray foamed, and now all of a sudden it's hotter. Like, why would it be hotter up there? Why is it hotter than before?
Yeah, Adam, why is it be
freaking purple?
Oh. What is that?
I ate too many blueberries.
Oh my! Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it. You're the Blue Man Group. Blue Man Group, whatever they're called.
That was a lot of work to ignore a question.
I know, Adam. God, it was a good question. You should answer it. I'll let you answer that.
Sure. I don't know. Like, there's a million. What could it be? Did they do a good job at spray foam in the attic? Is there?
Well, let's say they just did a mediocre job. Even why would that change? Why would it be hotter in the second floor than before?
There's another scenario right there. Where's the perhaps they smash the ducts when they're stepping on it and doing the spray foam.
Let's say, just for the sake of argument, that everything stayed the same, except the only thing that changed was there's now spray foam in the attic, on the deck, the whole deck. The roof is all spray foamed, side to side, top to bottom. They did pretty decent, not an A+. Why would it be hotter on the second floor now?
I don't know.
I know it's a weird one.
I was thinking like before, like is the warm air escaping through the attic before? Like, what would cause that?
No.
Like overpressurization on the first floor.
The hot air comes in through the top of the ceiling. Through
the house. Yeah. I mean, like, where is the unit located? I think that's a big.
Where does he live? What if he lives in Alaska and we're completely reversed? He's trying to heat the house.
Fireplace is on. Hey, that's another scenario.
What if he leaves the windows open on the second floor now?
I mean, if he's in Alaska, that's going to be pretty bad.
You're a little bit behind Tyler on the video for sure, because I think you're talking about the previous scenario for sure. Yeah, he has to. If he can insulate.
Good thing you told him that now, Joe. He's gonna figure that out 10 minutes from now.
I know. If he could spray foam that ductwork, that's the ultimate. There is ways you could insulate with I forget what they call it, but you have to do a really good job, and you have to do.
You could just ignore it. That's an option.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but like there's so many variables I think with that as well. Like it's weird.
There's a firehouse that I did service for, and we had it was that place. I don't know if I told you guys, but they had these like it looks like a Liebert unit, but it's called a Typhoon.
Mm-hmm.
Set up almost exactly like Liebert unit.
Yeah,
and they have the condensers ducted in and all that shit, right? So once I got that unit up and running, I noticed that the supply run that was coming off the top of that goes 25 feet over, and then it goes into a wall where it then goes downstairs to some offices. That whole trunk line was sweating, like dripping so much sweat that when I came back to check on it, like days later, they had tarps all over the stuff that they had, because it's a storage area. It's like a mezzanine. But the thing is, it's inside the firehouse bay where all the trucks are and everything, so they got the garage doors open, they got a gym in there, like it's obviously it's unconditioned space in there. And this ductwork is uninsulated. And they're like, why is it sweating? I'm like, well, this is fucking uninsulated, dude. Like, you got garage doors open. I mean, there's it's not a conditioned space in here. They're like, well, what can you do about it? I'm like, fucking nothing. I can look at it with you. I can do that for you.
I would insulate them still. Why not? You got the hot
air. I mean, that's what I told him. That's all you can do is insulate it. He was like, is there any other options? Because we're going to have to tear the whole ductwork out or do this. And I'm like, I mean, it's not in a place. I don't think you could spray foam it. I don't know. Maybe you
Why
could,
not?
but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I mean,
that's a good
guess you
point right
could.
there. Did they spray the attic vents? You know how you need obviously
Oh
air
yeah,
coming in.
see, look at that guy with some fucking ideas.
That's a good point.
Droggy Beluga, good job.
Good point.
Fucking like that guy.
Pressurizing the attic. Won't that pressurize the attic, Adam? If
See,
you
and that's
cover
what I
all
was
the
thinking.
vents
That's what I was
coming from
thinking.
outside.
Pressurizing.
Yeah, I know you were.
What? No, you
maybe,
need it. If you're gonna, if it's what is it? Closed cell, open cell. Sorry, I've been distracted playing with my camera.
I noticed. There's no air getting in, no air changes, nothing. It's all sealed completely from the outside.
That's the best case scenario. If it's closed cell foam, you want everything closed off. You don't want air leaking in. Period. That's it.
All right.
So is that what happened? Because before it wasn't getting hot on the second floor. Now it is. So that's why I was thinking, like, before they just had air just going right out the attic. Nice little draft.
I mean, we really don't have many details to figure out what's going on here now. Because, all right, so when you have heat transfer through something, you have like a delta T across the two surfaces, right? You have a temperature difference either across the ceiling where there's an attic above and then the conditioned space below, or now if the entire attic, the vault and everything is encapsulated, now that temperature difference is supposed to be, oh no, I don't like that.
You loser. Oh shit. There it goes.
Wow.
Anyways.
So for all you new people out there watching that, thought you just stepped into like a really professional YouTube program. You did not, sir. You did not. Okay.
How do I turn that off, Joe?
I know, that's what I was looking at. I was trying to do that.
I thought you had to use 2 hands to make that thing work.
Me too. I guess apparently not.
I mean, look at us. Look at us. We got the Mark Hoppus lookalike over here. We got Biker Bear over here. We got fucking what are you, Joe? What are you, Joe?
What am I? I don't know.
What did you call me, Biker Bear?
Yeah, like a biker bear.
What the hell does that mean?
You know, like a gay biker guy. I don't know, like biker bear. Then we got Joe.
Oh shit!
And we got Mark.
I look
Mark
like
Hoppus
a gay biker.
Yeah, California. You know, it fits.
Oh, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
We could have counted Adam's nose hairs just then. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, JG, let us know what happened there in that house, or if you have any information, let us know.
He was probably working on the quote right now. He's like, you know what? I'm going to ask these guys what they recommend, and I'm going to quote that. And now he's like, fuck, I don't know what to do. They give me nothing. I got nothing to quote.
Yep. You know what? Either Chris had a lot of gummies, or he's very quiet.
My camera do that?
What's going on?
My camera doesn't do that. Fucking diamond cutter, bro.
I'm just
fucking bang, son.
I bet it's something like they stepped on a freaking duct or something like that, you know?
Yeah, like Michael said. Yeah.
Maybe. Where's the furnace even at, though? I mean, would the furnace is in the basement?
Yeah, maybe there's no ductwork in the attic at all.
Yeah, there's 1,000 variables, I suppose.
Yeah, it would be great to find out what's going on there for sure.
I'll tell you though, I am ready for like fall. I am ready to be done with summer. I'm over it already. And
so you know what? Coming from you, you're allowed to say that. We don't want to say that. And if I hear anybody in the north saying that, they are dumb because we don't want winter. Your winters are good.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Winter used to be my preferred time of year, but since it just literally like changed temperatures and my arthritis in my back, it's killing me right now. I'm like, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I shouldn't like fall in winter anymore. Maybe I should change my whole perspective.
There's nothing like a nice crisp fall day, though. You know
I agree. I 100% agree. Like wearing your hoodie outside, some pumpkin spice latte.
You know what that brings for me, though? What we see a lot of in the restaurant side of things, especially with these restaurants that don't do a lot of routine maintenance, is the fall weather brings out a ton of refrigerant leak calls. that they've
Wow.
been, because you have systems that have head pressure control valve, and they have all the extra gas in the receiver, so it's slowly leaking out, but it's not affecting performance for a long time, and then it hits a breaking point on those
wouldn't that
fall
be
mornings.
like, wouldn't it be the opposite though? Like in after fall, when you're going into summer, that's when you notice.
Well, we're getting them right now
bigger.
though too, because we're still having the cold nights and we're still having warm days, so we still see it. So early in the morning, you'll get the calls that refrigeration isn't working, and then the day gets a little bit warmer, and then it starts working because it gets warm enough to shut off the bypass. They run undercharge. But anyways, I mean, it's just, you see like an influx of these. You see them at both seasons, really, but yeah, you see them right now. So we're still having those days.
Yeah, we just started doing a couple of PMs. Super fun stuff.
Yeah.
PMs already. Oh, just PMs. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, it's like a.
What was going on with that unit, anyways? In that server room, Bill?
The Liebert unit.
Yeah.
The high pressure switch, the cap tube on a high pressure switch snapped off, and it blew the whole charge. 21 pounds of R22 blew right out of it. So we just replaced the. So 21 pounds in each circuit. Just put a new high pressure switch on there. Hold the vacuum, change the dryer, got it up and running. The thing was though, is like I don't know. I guess I didn't figure out all the bugs yet. So circuit number 1 we figured out is low on charge, because I hooked up my probes to that one just to kind of get a comparison. Because circuit number 2, the suction pressure was a little bit lower than I wanted. I adjusted my TXV. I got it about a 36-degree suction saturation temperature out of it. But I kind of wanted to see it a little bit higher. But my room temperature was 71, 72. But 36 still seems pretty low for that.
It does it? Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking it should be closer to 40, but then also I was thinking, well, maybe Liebert does something different, and physics don't really apply to Lieberts, but I know they can't run it too cold. So I'm like, it's got to be 40, you know?
How was it working on that? Was it kind of like, because I never worked on them, really.
Dude, those are actually pretty nice to work on. Like, you have both compressors right there. The hardest thing is if you have to change one of those compressors, like the top one's the hardest.
Oh yeah.
And you have to have a gantry or like maybe like a cherry picker or something just to lift it up and like put it in there.
We used to have
that is not bad.
We used to have a Vote ice machine. We had a couple of them, but we used to have one that had semi-hermetic like that, the old ones, just like big ones. And that was the height of the bin was probably about 5 feet.
And the
tall.
Compressor was in the unit, not up on the roof.
The compressor was in the unit on top of the bin.
Fucking
5 foot up. So when you had
how strong was that bin?
Pretty strong. They were built like tanks, but they just weren't efficient anymore. The refrigerant was crazy too. They were fun to learn on.
Do I sound any better?
No, you're still the same.
Not at all.
So we had a.
Sounds like you're talking in the Tin Man's butthole.
Yeah.
Oh man, talking into a funnel. Oh shit. So we had a compressor change out this week that I actually wasn't involved with. One of my other techs.
That's crazy. How anxious were you not being involved with that?
It was pretty stressful. So
I bet you're just at home pacing the floor.
So, but it was just a big job, and it was probably the biggest job he's handled. He did a good job. So
nice. Did you tell him that?
Yeah, definitely. And he's probably getting recognition now too, because he may be watching. So
did you threaten him before the job?
No, I didn't threaten him before it. It was just a 7.5 ton, just for him. It was like the biggest thing he's done, but it was a 7.5 ton split system on a commercial building in a restaurant that he went out there and he found the system was out of gas, and he was smart enough when he found the leak, it was a cracked discharge line. So he, we talked a little bit about it. And so I said, you really need to look into that compressor, because discharge lines don't just crack, something happened. And so, he bumped the contactor, and he could tell the compressor was broken internally. And so from there, he diagnosed it, went through the rest of the system. What he actually found too was that the unit had a broken belt when he had gotten there. It had a broken belt. So he's like, So he started researching, thinking about it. We talked a little bit. And what we ended up finding happening was the auto tensioner was going bad. It had an auto tensioner. So basically you would put it on there, and on startup, something was happening in the auto tensioner. And we ended up pulling it off after he got all done changing everything.
Like, was the
oil was leaking out of the mechanism on the auto tensioner, like the guts were blown out or something like that inside of it.
I don't know if I've ever seen an auto tensioner on a
yeah, something was going on with it. It's a trip. Once we haven't replaced the auto tensioner yet, but
should bring it on the show.
Maybe, yeah. But he changed the compressor. It was a heat pump. I had him change the reversing valve because it was like right there. So he had the compressor out, changed that, and then we ended up we pulled the auto tensioner off, and I had one of those emergency adjuster belts, that you can make any size.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I put it to the belt size. So that way it just has a belt for now. And we're going to order the auto tensioner and go back and put it back on and all that. But
I still got to get one of those.
So, yeah, I keep rescue belts on my van all the time, the A belts and the B belts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the only involvement I had in this was just talking to him on the phone, and then just going out to follow up with him today, and he did great. So
that's good.
It was cool.
Maybe it's good for the electrical people in here. Electrical background at school does installing digital screens in classrooms. If I install 1 1/4 PVC conduit carrying Ethernet cables for PoE, whatever that is, which will penetrate an AC supply duct. Oh, I don't know. The only thing I could think of is what he's saying is they want to use a supply duct as a chase.
I think he wants to go through the supply duct.
Yeah.
Right?
Through it, or or through it.
I mean, what are the odds of condensation building up on the inside of that?
Good point. At the penetration marks, that's one point. I know as well. I've seen it, and maybe you guys could see it as well. When you're putting stuff in supply ducts, you could create like turbulence, whatever, and get some more noise.
Yeah, that's a good point. Whistling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, why can't? I mean, there's got to be a way around it, right?
Right. And then, and I don't think, like Michael said, I don't think it's allowed per se, especially plastic. I think plastic against cold because I think the off gases or whatever. But metal, I think it's a gray area, Michael. Honestly, I think the metal EMT, I don't think there's no rule if you
Chris does
use EMT. Sorry,
what's that? Light commercial smoke alarm wiring.
Yeah, I was just letting Mike know that Chris has got a good video about that.
Yeah, Michael, send me a message somewhere. Get a hold of me, and I can throw you the video.
You can only penetrate returns and has across short distance of the duct. Yeah, but I think that's if it's heating. If it's not heating and it's just conditioning, is that still the case, Michael? I thought you could if it's not heating. If it's heating, absolutely not. But I
just feel like Ethernet cable is pretty flexible, and you could easily find a way around something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows? But like Michael said or whatever, like if you're not, I don't know where he went. Why take the risk anyways? Why do it? Like even if you get EMT, even if you get the right wiring or whatever wiring, why even do the risk? Like, what happens if you want to get rid of that duct eventually? Then you gotta get rid of the fucking do the wire over as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why make it harder on yourself? I was trying to think about what I did all week. I can't remember.
It would not be allowed up to code, and building code. Yeah, hey, listen, if it's going through, and if you're saying it's not allowed 99%, then it's not allowed. I've seen it done. Obviously, it's not getting inspected, but I don't know. Would they tell you to rip it out if they see it? I'm not sure.
I went to my my kids' back to school night. My kid's in high school. She just started high school, and it's the same high school that my oldest daughter just graduated from.
Oh, that's right. The other one started high school, didn't she?
Yeah, my oldest graduated. My youngest is starting. So, but it was a trip because I was at the back to school night, and I realized this is the first time I've ever been in that school. In the full 4 years that my older daughter went there, I never went in there. I went to like functions on the outside. I went to tennis games, but I never went in the school. It's pretty nice, actually. It's like it's a all indoors campus or whatever that they are on. So it's kind of a trip. They have a lot of technology and stuff.
What were they doing in there anyways? In that big auditorium, whatever it was.
What do you mean? At the back to school night?
Yeah, like what was everybody doing in that room?
No, I'm just saying like the whole school, all the classes and everything. It's all different classrooms and whatnot. So, but it's all indoors as opposed to like the school that I went to.
So it's just
outside.
Oh, okay.
So
you know what? That's all new because I don't think they even do something. Like, I don't know. They might do it here some places, but when I was in school, I don't think they did that.
No.
You know what I mean? You just started school.
What are you saying, Adam? You can't.
Hey, good job.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Perfect. You fixed it.
What the hell Nathan was asking about the VAVs. Nathan, yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, I need a balance for sure.
Yeah, those VAVs from last week he was talking about. So I didn't go back there, but we had another guy go back for some other problem. But while he was there, I was telling him about this issue. I'm like, hey, if you're bored, you want something to do, go check this out. Give me your thoughts on it. And so I don't know how many guys out there know what VAVs are. It's real simple. It's just a square box with a blower motor in it. It's got a round duct and a square duct on one side. The round duct gets hooked up to the building air, which is usually like a giant fucking rooftop unit. And then the square side is just for like bypass air, extra air when it needs it, right? And then you have a motor switch to speed up and slow down the motor, and then you have a supply duct, right? And so,
go ahead, Bill. Go ahead. Sorry, Adam over here. Sorry about him. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm used to that. The guy who measured airflow over here, the most professional one of us all.
Yeah, look at him.
How will that follow you, Adam? You're gonna like walk off the screen and it's gonna follow you.
Hold on, I gotta go.
He's having too much fun. He's working hard all week. Barely talks to us this week, and now he comes back and he's just having too much fun.
Yeah. Now he's like, hey, let's joke around like we're good old friends and stuff. But like, I haven't talked to you guys in 7 months. I've been on the road.
So you can hear me?
Yes,
no.
we can hear you.
That's a good idea, Adam. Good idea there. With that,
is it better?
Absolutely.
I mean, not really. Why can't you use the big microphone?
Because I like small things.
Yeah, all the small things.
I think Adam took a gummy, dude.
Anyway,
I'll be the one to hold the show together.
Yeah.
So we got these VAVs, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
And the problem with these VAVs is, one of the problems anyway, is they're not delivering proper supply temperature to the spaces, but also they're all going off on low CFM alarm. And the one thing that this other dude mentioned while he was at this place, he's like, so they're measuring CFMs at the inlet of the VAV, the inlet, but the CFM alarm, I believe, is measuring CFM somewhere in the room. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to measure CFMs at the inlet of the VAV, right? Wouldn't you measure CFMs at the supply of the room so you know how many CFMs are going into the room?
On the other side, you mean?
Yeah, at the supply going into the room, which is the other side.
I don't know anything about it, but I would think that like it's got to measure CFM at the box.
2 points. Yeah. That's why I would.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, at the box, because right now they're measuring the only place they're measuring CFMs is at the inlet. One of the two inlets. There's two inlets on there. The one is the preconditioned air coming from the building's air handler, and then right next to it you have the big square bypass, which can just suck in ceiling air if it needs extra air.
Right. Yeah.
It's not measuring that.
I think you need to get Holden on here. Maybe he can talk.
That'll be cool. Yeah.
No, it's not a chiller.
No, he probably knows about VAVs. But the thing is, Bill, you know what I want you to do one day is get to one of those VAV boxes, wherever, 1 or 2 or 3, and close them out completely and see what happens to the other room that you said it was not getting any CFM.
Oh, we did that. Yeah, we did that.
Oh, okay, and
it is negligible. I mean, we didn't notice anything really changed.
He's
The
using his
CFM
hand
didn't
on there.
change.
You need some kind of airflow
No,
measurement
we were looking at the graph on his little fancy tablet. So what they're measuring, the thing that I'm pointing out is that they're measuring CFMs at the inlet of the VAV. But why would you measure CFMs at the inlet of the VAV? Don't you want to measure delivered CFM to the space? If it's going off on low CFM alarm, they say this room needs 800 CFMs, but it's off on low CFM alarm. It's 200 CFMs. Well, yeah, because you're measuring it at the inlet of the VAV, but you honestly have 2 inlets. You have the main inlet with preconditioned air, then you have the bypass right here, both sucking air, but you're only measuring CFMs on this one, not on this one, not on the supply.
Bypass.
If you need extra air. I don't know. I didn't invent VAVs.
But are you sure it's not like a point, like saying the module? Oh shit! The valve is open a certain amount, and it's equal to that amount of CFM. Are you sure it's measuring CFM? To be honest, or is it just measuring the valve opening?
The damper, you mean?
The damper.
Oh yeah, it's measuring CFM. It's not measuring the damper being open or anything.
Okay.
But why? Like why would you measure CFM right there? That's what I don't understand. Why are you measuring CFM at the inlet? That'd be like measuring CFMs at my supply right above my evaporator on my split system.
I know.
But
That's I don't know if they are.
But then I have a sensor. Well, no, they are. I can tell you they are.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, not the supply. Excuse me. They're measuring CFMs basically at the inlet of the VAV, which on a split system would be like the return, essentially.
What are they using to measure it?
The only thing I can think of.
The point is not what they're using to measure it. They're using fucking whatever to measure it. But the point is why are they measuring it there?
The only thing I can think of is, all right, so if the other inlet is like sucking room, like conditioned whatever air from the space,
exactly what
right?
it's doing.
Well,
yeah, and that's
all
why
it
we're
really
not
cares
delivering.
about the point of like how you change temperature is BTUs, right? So BTUs are coming in a different temperature from the unit. So all it really would care about to change the temperature of the space is the air coming from the unit, not the air coming from the space, right?
That doesn't make sense.
Because you have a delta T in the air coming from the main rooftop unit, and
so
there's room temperature air.
I have 50-degree air coming into this inlet to the VAV on one side. The other side is pulling in 78-degree air out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then I have a blower motor feeding the room. And that blower motor is spinning really, really fast, and it's sucking in more warm ceiling air than it's not getting fed enough chilled air.
Did you try blocking off the other inlet?
Yeah.
What happens?
When I block off the square inlet, I get the proper supply temperature.
Anonymous. All VAV come with
also
CFM
when I slow the
sensor
motor
at the
down.
inlet.
Do you does it get a low CFM alarm when you block off the other inlet?
Yeah. Yeah, the CFM doesn't change. Like once I block this off, because we're measuring CFM at this inlet. This inlet has no idea what's going on over here at this bypass. This inlet is just the air from the building, from the air handler. And see, I know what he's saying, because there is the X that's in the inlet that they measure CFM. Okay. But my question is okay, you measure it there. For one, why are you measuring it there? But then also, why in the same software is it saying it's a low CFM alarm for that room? Because on this software, and again, it may be just a software issue, I don't know. But that's why I'm throwing this question out there. But it's saying that this room A, is supposed to have 800 CFMs. And we're not getting 800 CFMs.
800 CFMs.
I'm like, well, you're only measuring the inlet. Like, why are you not measuring the supply? Because the supply, the blower that's feeding that room isn't feeding it just inlet air, ceiling air. So you have two air sources, and we're only measuring one air source.
Yeah, but
you see what I'm saying?
The one air source connected to the rooftop unit is the only one that's changing temperature. That's the only thing that's changing the temperature of the space.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty much only the airflow that matters. I don't know how they work. I've never worked on them, but I imagine they have the other air inlet just to increase the amount of delivered airflow to the space to mix the air better. I don't know. I'm making that up, but yeah.
The inlet should have a sensor, static sensor, to make sure the box has enough inlet air designed for the box. Well, here's the thing. Damper's wide open, and it's still not getting, that blower isn't getting fed enough air, because that's why we're sucking in so much ceiling air. Now, we talked about this a little bit last week, and everybody's like, there's a damper on the air handler. There's no damper on the air handler. There's no damper on the trunk. There's nothing between the air handler and this VAV. It just goes up 3 floors, 90s over, and feeds right into this VAV. There's nothing in between. So I was trying to figure out why we aren't feeding enough CFM to it. I mean, I can slow the motor down to like almost nothing, and it doesn't pull as much ceiling air in, but like that's just me like randomly balancing the system, essentially, is what it feels like. Are you saying there's a blower downstream of the VAV? There's a blower inside the VAV. It's a variable air volume machine. Some VAVs have blowers, some don't. I've seen them both ways, but this one has a blower inside of it.
Yeah.
Is that space like a lot warmer than it should be?
They're all almost all the spaces are 2 to 3 degrees higher, warmer than they should be. They're all like 72, 71. Some are 73. They're all set at 70. The whole building is set at 70. And we're feeding.
I just don't think that blower could do it. The air handler can't. Well, it does have the blowers inside the VAVs.
And see, and according, the only thing that's changed, because this building's been there for fucking 15, 20 years, he said it worked fine until we changed over to this new software. And now we're getting low CFM alarms, which honestly, he never had low CFM alarms before on his old software. So that's just a new thing. But my biggest question is, like, I understand measuring inlet CFM just for the purpose of deciding how wide open you make that damper. But shouldn't you also measure room CFM? Why not though?
It's irrelevant.
It's what what the machines do.
Okay, well, here's the other thing then. So if we're on low CFM alarm, and let's say the CFM set point is 800, what is that set point? Who made that set point, and what does it mean? If we're supposed to hit it, what does it mean?
It should be tied into. Somebody should have engineered the system to figure out how many BTUs each space needs to heat and cool.
There should be a load calculation that was
so
done.
If it's how many BTUs each space needs, shouldn't you maybe be measuring the CFM going into that space?
No, because if you're mixing the air that's in the space with the space, the air that's mixed with the space doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
It's from the machine. And if all the fucking dampers are 100% wide open, how are you going to get to deliver the CFM to that room anyways?
I don't know.
Well, and that's all right. So, like, if the airflow is legit low for that space,
right,
going into that unit,
but
you either have
it's only low because somebody said the set point should be this, and we're getting this. I don't know who made up this magic number up here.
Well, it's obviously got to be low if the room is warm, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it is low because of that.
So either the blower in the VAV is not big enough, the duct to the VAV is not big enough.
I mean, the blower
in the rooftop unit is not powerful enough.
It was working before.
Yeah, it was working before, and the blower in the VAVs because it can't get fed enough inlet air from the damper, so that's why it's sucking in all that ceiling air because it needs to be fed. You have to feed the blower. It'll get its air from somewhere.
You said just the programming was changed?
Just the programming changed. All the machines are exactly the same.
Controlling the VAV dampers.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of the programming.
Right. And
so
that's the problem.
Like a programming issue.
That's what I think too. It's
okay.
These dampers are all 100% open, and which a lot of rooms don't need to be 100% open. 100% open for
Bill, to get the answer to your question, you need to talk to the engineer that designed the system, so that way you know exactly how it's supposed to work.
But I'm still trying to figure out if we're like the whole idea of programming this. If I say this room needs X amount of BTUs, we need the X amount of CFMs going into this room, then why am I measuring only the inlet to the VAV? Why am I not also measuring the supply of the VAV to see how many CFMs it's actually supplying to the room? That's what I don't understand.
Only wants the CFM to supply from the blower, not the room.
All right. So listen to this, Bill. If you had a room that's 70 degrees and you took a box fan, you know the fans that you get when you freaking don't have air conditioning and you just turn it on, are you going to change the temperature of the space?
No.
Not at all. You might cool yourself down a little bit because you're blowing air across and you're moving heat away from your body, right?
Yeah.
But the only time you're going to change the temperature of the space is if you bring in air with a different temperature, or the higher temperature than the space or a lower temperature of the space. And that air, based on how much airflow is going through the entire system, that's how many BTUs are per cubic foot of air, right? Cubic foot per minute of air. So like, I think what they're doing is they're gauging how many BTUs are going to that space by the inlet airflow. And then the other airflow is just to help mix it in the room. You're just adding...
that could be. I don't know. But still, it would seem like if you're going to have my thing is like this. I know I apologize for repeating myself so many times, but
That's
like
cool.
if you have to say on a computer screen, this room needs the set point for this room is 800 CFMs. I guess do they mean the set point is 800 CFM inlet air? Because that's the only place they're measuring it.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the case, but I was thinking that the CFM is delivered to the room. Like Al Anonymous said, you don't measure mixed air, you measure the cool air only.
Right. It wants to see what your unit's doing based on your unit, what's it doing.
That's the set point then. The set point, whoever did that set point said we need X amount of CFM to deliver this many BTUs of chilled air to that room.
Right.
So then why do we even have mixed air? Why don't we just block it off with a piece of cardboard and just forget all about it then?
It could very well be because like when you start looking at mixing air into space, maybe it needs 400 CFM, but maybe it's a huge room.
Right. 800 CFM.
Put a damper on the mixed air side as well as a damper on the chilled air side.
I don't know. I'm getting lost.
Yeah, I'm lost too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
listen.
Good talk.
Do you like this microphone?
I'm glad I got that off my chest. Thanks for listening, guys. I do appreciate it.
Good talk, boys.
I'm going to go back and see all these comments that I missed.
Chris, you have a video of complete install of your new inverter system that you installed. Maybe show some data on the performance of the system. Maybe your thoughts on everything.
That's Chris, I've been bugging you to see your electric bill. You've been telling us how high your electric bill was with your old system, and you've never even looked at your electric bill in your new system.
I've just been busy, man. It just hasn't been a priority. I mean, I can tell you it's confusing. You got to break down the kilowatt hours because they raised our rates so much that we're saving money, but we're still paying the same amount as we were before I changed my system. But the kilowatt hours that we've used are started to go down, but our rates have gone up so high that we're still spending a shit ton of money.
But let's be real here. If you move from PSC mode or whatever to ECM, how much do you really save a year anyways? Let's be honest here, $50 on average.
I don't know.
But he went from
No. I'm saving electricity for sure, but I'm saying my rates went up. So I'm still let's say my bill was $400 a month last time. It's still $400 a month, but my consumption went down, but the rates went up. So I'm still paying the same dollar amount. Does that not make sense to you?
Yeah.
And he also has an inverter that doesn't have the short cycling starting and stopping. So that's a big thing too, right?
Oh yeah.
That's helping too. Yeah. And then the overall, just not, the comfort issues too. Like it's awesome. There's definitely, I just been busy. I just haven't had the drive that install that whole year just exhausted me with how busy I was and then doing the install that I've just been kind of chilling out lately, trying not to get into big projects. So we got a lot of other crap going on in the house. So I am going to finish it. I'll still start making videos on it, and I still want to insulate in the attic and do some other stuff, but just
you're leaving people. It's like a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? Season 2 has
got to come. It's coming. I'm getting the motivation. It's got to cool down because I've just been busy. All the stuff that I want to do more work in my attic and everything. And it's I don't want to be up there right now. So I'd rather do it when it's cold.
No kidding.
It's too hot up there, but I definitely am bummed right now because I really, really wish I had temperature sensors that were monitoring and logging the data in my attic, because it's insane the amount of heat transfer I have when we finally reach that balance point of the attic temperature and the house and all that crap, and I start to get late afternoon infiltration.
Why don't you just order some? Get the freaking whatchamacallits. What do we call them? Gobies. They're cheap.
Oh, well, I will, but I'm just saying I wish I had it for this summer because I want to correct it. So I wish I could have had the trending data to look before and after, basically, of the temperatures and how it does. But no, the system itself is doing freaking great. The other day I was messing around with it and I was seeing what temperatures. I was just doing some tests and I accidentally left it set at 69 and woke up the next morning. My whole family was freezing because we're not used to it being that cold in the house. So they were all freaking out. I was like, oh shit, it's sitting there.
What'd you use to keep your thermostat at prior to changing the system?
76.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you keep it at now?
70, 75, 74, right in there.
So your kilowatt hours went down, but your temperature also went down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
So much for that, eh, boys? No, I'm joking.
no.
Oh, good. Well, whatever. Yeah, you know what? Sorry, but I want to cut in there.
I wasn't
so
even
your
talking.
unit itself, the RTU, doesn't give you any points of like supply air or anything.
I wish I had my dinger.
Oh, yeah, it does. It
what's
tells
the
us how much.
supplier?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember if there was like even a set point for the delivered supplier that it should have.
You should be able to adjust that as well. The unit
I want to
itself.
know. I think I've been saying
There's a
his
VFD
name.
on it.
Sorry. How do you
Right.
pronounce his name, Joe? His last name?
Gianfranco?
Yeah, you've been pronouncing it Cianfranco.
There's no N at the end. Cianfranco. Cianfranco.
Cianfranco.
Is Cianfranco right?
Cianfranco.
You're probably right. Maybe I'm saying too Italian.
Mike Cianfranco.
Cianfranco.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate
Cianfranco.
it, buddy.
But for real, we do need to get Holden on. We were supposed to have Holden on a while back, and we had to cancel the show.
Well,
I don't remember
you
what we
know,
had
the
to
last time he was on the show, wasn't he like parked underneath power lines or something? He like tied his internet in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even there for that episode.
Were you not? Yeah.
No.
But he's a cool dude, so we need to get him on, hopefully soon, and to reach out to him.
Here, spaced it out so you could, I guess, say it better. I never understand how that works.
Chianfranco.
Yeah,
Gianfranco.
Cianfranco.
That really helps.
Cianfranco? That'd be
Isn't it Cianfranco?
chai.
Nope.
No.
It looks like a chai latte.
In Italian, the way he says it, the C-I is la cha.
My first thought is Chinky Coco.
Chinky Coco.
Chinky Mike Chinky
So
Coco.
how would you say that, Joe?
Chinky Coco.
Gianfranco. Gianfranco. Gianfranco.
Right people's way.
But there's no H.
Cianfranco.
But it's
But
the
G.
CIA in Italian is cha, like cha, kind of.
Cha and
Hey,
Froco.
Mikey.
And Mike C.
Hey, Mikey.
White people taco night.
Yeah, Michael said.
Maybe we should just not use his last name.
Yeah, you might just change it to an easier
Michael
name
C.
to pronounce.
Michael C.
Like, what's wrong with Smith or Williams?
Isn't
Something.
Yeah.
That was like a
Bill.
thing that they
C.A.
did to
Froco.
people. Made them change their last
Oh,
name.
there
Yeah.
you go. Exactly, Nathan. Like chow.
Ciao.
Exactly. Chow.
Like Chow. Chow and Froco.
Yeah.
Joe, have you ever been to Italy?
No, I wasn't old enough like to remember anything.
Not old enough to remember.
Was that before you immigrated?
You got it.
You mean before your family got kicked out of the country for bombing the
You
capital?
got it.
Yeah.
Joe, do you have any family members in the mob?
Yeah.
No.
Of course he does. Look at him.
Look at him. What do you mean?
Look at him. Of course he does.
No.
How many gold chains do you have, Joe?
Nothing on it right now.
No, not
Well, I
right
know-
now. In
yeah,
general,
not right now.
I do have one or two.
Like, how much Axe body spray do you use in a week?
I'm using Axe. That's what actually I use. Actually, I use Axe
Of course
body
it
spray.
is. Of course it is.
You think Joe just does air conditioning work for mafia houses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any Gucci?
I bet it's a front. He just moves drugs from one. Just here doing HVAC
That's my
work.
inside, buddy. You got
do you have
it.
any
Let me get
any
out my
Gucci
bricks of
products, Joe?
cocaine.
Oh
Sorry,
shit!
what did you say, Adam?
Do you have any Gucci products?
No. A militia.
Dude, I honestly wish my relatives were in the militia. Like
Never, Jason.
on my mom's side, they're all German and European, and then on my other side, they're all just hillbillies, but not the good kind of hillbillies that are in the militia and stuff. They're just lazy and not cool.
GTL there, Jason,
They're
GTL.
from Jersey.
Joe, so you're really gonna come down?
laundry, buddy.
You're really gonna come and hang out with me next week?
Yeah, the plan was to
Well, because he's gonna have to cancel his plans
Maybe.
if you are. So
There was no plan. The plan was to not tell us, but you let it slip.
we'll see. We shall see.
Hey, I live the closest, so
I know.
stop in
I
and
was
say hi.
trying to see that.
Are you gonna see your girlfriend?
We'll go to Little Caesars and I'll treat
Joe,
you to some pizza.
before you go see your girlfriend, can I come with you? Because I would love to do this like catfish thing. I want to be the filming crew.
Oh, dude,
Oh
that'd be so
my
awesome.
god, you!
And like you just bust in the door.
Look, here's the deal. Adam will just be in the background. He's just gonna film. He's not gonna say anything, and he's gonna walk away. He'll
You think I want to be in the car with Adam for 4 hours?
Just walk in. Just walk in, Joe. Walk right in with Adam behind you, and like you can catch her like shaving her balls or something.
Oh my god. I'm ending screen, guys. I'm ending it. See you, boys. Thanks for coming. You guys rock.
Like, oh, you have balls?